Okay, so this is one I've been wanting to do for a while. It's Energon Landmine, taking his name from the Pretender from the Generation 1 toy line. He is a kind of a snow plow slash tow truck kind of thing. Yeah. He's kind of futuristic looking, whatever he is. He is kind of, it's basically the front end is a snow plow, the rear end is this kind of tow truck thing, and he has, that's actually, that can come out, it's on a little string there, and when you push a button it zoops back up like that. The reason I've wanted to do this for a while is because I love this figure. It's one of the few Energon figures I kept hold of after my big sale thing. Because he's just brilliant. He's just such a well-designed figure. The Energon toy line had a lot of misses in it, and this was one of the ones that hit really big. And I just really like him. I mean, you can kind of see there, like he's a big guy. That vehicle mode is really quite large. I think he was supposed to be sort of like the Autobot answer to Scorponok in the same line. Colour scheme wise, you've got this kind of deep orange here with grey detailing and silver, yellow on the lights, the scoop here, or the actual plough part, it's kind of a metallic sort of golden with silver on it as well, and a kind of a greyish blue trim. He does have this kind of purpley blue here, it's almost like a lavender sort of colour, with grey treads, red detailing here on the silver pipes with yellow in the back. The same kind of colour as the gold on the plough is there. More orange and kind of grey. That lavender kind of colour is there, and that's really kind of it. The windscreen is translucent orange, and he has a embossed Autobot logo up on the top, which transferred quite well to the BotCon Landshark, I think. This is a good alternative to Landshark. It's part of the reason I'm reviewing it as well, is because the whole Landshark thing has come about. This is a good alternative if you can get your hands on him. He's a really, really cool figure, and he fits very well into the Classics line as a character that I use him as, which I'll get to later. So we'll go into the robot mode. He's got two robot modes. One of them is with little kind of gun emplacement, so we'll go into that now. Okay, so there's the robot mode of Landmine with his base. Basically the front end of the cab comes apart, or separates from the trailer. The trailer becomes this kind of gun emplacement. Now the gun emplacement is not really that cool. It's not really that impressive or anything. This does come with a missile, but the missile is in storage, and I generally don't display my figures with missiles because they generally kind of look quite crap. I guess as far as it goes, it's not so bad. As you know, colour-wise, nothing changes or deviates, but it's just kind of stupid, and it really is just an interim for what is to come later in the Super Robot mode. So we'll take that out for a moment, and we'll bring in this guy. Now this guy is absolutely, I love this guy so much. He's just a fantastic looking figure. He's kind of tall, he's kind of imposing, he's kind of, I refer to him as the Han Solo of the Transformers toy line, just because you can kind of get so many cool poses. He's kind of got that scoundrelly sort of feel. It's just what I get off him, you know, but I just think he's very cool, and I absolutely love the head mold. As far as the colours go, nothing has changed really, except for the head mold. He's got this red face underneath a helmet. Now the helmet is the kind of gold that's on here, but the face is bright red, and the piping on the back of the head, which is yellow, shines through the already translucent yellow visor, which I think is fantastic. But I just think he's a great looking figure, and the posability is really very good for the guy. Like everything's very stiff and solid, you know, and you can kind of just get any number of poses you want out. These peg in, but you can actually peg them out if you want to achieve kind of more dramatic sort of posing, and they will actually hold the balance fairly well. So really, I can't complain. I mean, I love this guy, which is why I'm reviewing him anyway. I think he's just perfect in this mode. He does have another, he has a super robot mode, which I'll put him into now. So this is Landmine's super mode, which basically kind of makes him, as I said, a sort of an Autobot version of Scorponok from the same toy line. Basically what happens is the rear end of the side tracks on the rear end, which is a claw of the towing trailer, become these kind of claws, and they actually, the individual claws are on separate hinges, so you can kind of give them that sort of feel. And the main part of the trailer latches up onto his back, and you get the hook here and the cannon there. It just makes him so much cooler. Like, you're getting, it's kind of like G1 Prime. You're getting a lead vehicle, you're getting a trailer that turns into a battle station, and then you get a combined mode. And back in the day, like in the 80s, this was a special thing. Like, this was Power Master Prime. It was a very expensive toy, and yet Landmine pulls it off here for the price point of a Voyager, I believe it was. It was like £24.99 in England. He's just such a great figure, and he's got so much weight, and there's so much little things to him, such as the wings up on the back here. I mean, if you choose not to have them up, you can rotate them down. I just prefer them up. And the actual claws are great. The only real problem with this backpack is that it kind of obscures the head. I mean, you can turn it left and right and stuff, but you know, you kind of do lose it a little bit. Just bringing the light up there so you can see it a bit better. You do kind of lose it. It doesn't play with light very well. But he's really, really cool, and he doesn't lose really any posability. I mean, you can still, you know, you can pose the kind of ass out of him very well. And for the most part, although he's not really showing it, but for the most part he does manage to support his balance extremely well. He's not showing it though. I do have a fourth mode for this guy, which it's what I use him as in my Universe toy line, and I'm going to move on. You can see that. Okay, so this is basically what I call the Roadbuster mode. The reason I call it Roadbuster is because the 2-pack we got in the Universe or Classics box, whatever it was, where it was Roadbuster and Dirge. I wanted Dirge but not Roadbuster. In the end I couldn't bring myself to part with cash for that one figure. And I wanted Roadbuster to be in there because I do really like him. So when I was thinking about my old toys, I was thinking about what I had existing, and I had to do a bit of research because I couldn't remember what I still had. I came across this guy and I was like, this guy is perfect for Roadbuster. His vehicle mode is something that would bust roads because it's a plough. And he's orange, and you know, Roadbuster has that kind of orange, grey, green thing. Okay, so this guy doesn't have any green on him, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just thought it really worked because he's got this souped up, beefy kind of robot mode. He's got these weapons on the shoulders, and he's just a big, sturdy, chunky sort of toy. And really, the only thing that I did to kind of mod him was take one of these brackets off with the claws on and mount it to the back. And then I brought the wings forward up here. Well, sometimes I leave them up. And then I just gave him Destruction, RID Destruction Scourge rather, his pistol. It's kind of like it's a rifle for him because he's a small toy, but on this guy it's like a pistol, like a Desert Eagle or something. And I just thought that really worked for him. It really made him seem kind of roadbustery to me. So that's why I kept him because I liked him. But I actually I use him now as Roadbuster in my Universe line because I think he works really well as him. And I like I said, I mean, I can't recommend this guy enough. He's just such a cool looking figure, and he's so kind of rough and ready and badass looking, and he's got so much posability, and he just kind of looks really, really cool. The backpack, when it's on, it does make him a little bit kind of top heavy. But I just love this guy so much, and if you can get him. Really, in any colour, as I said, just get him. He's such a cool figure. Okay, that's it from me for now, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
You don't have to be crazy to do this, but it sure helps.